Hey everyone, welcome to FrancheskaFit. Today we've got a follow along flow for you all. It's going to be about 10 to 15 minutes, so we're going to take our time, focus into our breath, and really trying to release some tension in the shoulders today. Hope you're excited. So since I'm carrying a lot of tension in the shoulders today, let's start off by tuning into our breath. So a lot of times, if our breath is shallow, we actually start breathing with all of our accessory muscles that are supposed to be used for breath work. So we got this big old muscle, our diaphragm, and it sits right under our rib cage. So that is actually supposed to be the primary mover in your breath, but most of us aren't as connected to our diaphragm as we should be. And I've been up all morning kind of getting some work done and helping some friends with projects, so I for sure have not given any second to breath work today. So let's get started. So I'm gonna close my eyes, and I really want us to try to sit up as tall as we can. So pulling the shoulders down and back, thinking of my spine getting pulled on by an imaginary string. So the string is pulling on my hairs, and I'm getting as tall as I can. Now I'm gonna put one hand on my belly and one hand on my chest. Let's just do 4 deep breaths. Take a pause after each breath, and then release the breath for a count of 4 again, with a little pause at the end. All right, here we go. And I forgot to mention something as well. Let's try to make sure we're feeling our diaphragm moving. So try to minimize the amount of movement that you feel with your chest. It'll move as well, but really try to initiate that movement in front of that. So a little bit of time focusing on your breath really does go a long way. I feel like I just got swept on or overcome by a wave of calmness. All right, so let's get started on some movement. So like I said, I'm feeling a lot of tension in my shoulders today. So let's try to open up the neckline and see if we can open up the neck and arms. All right, so first I'm just gonna start with opening up my arms, imagining that I'm reaching into the ground just to create some tension going down. So from here, I'm just gonna let the neck hang and come back. So I'm starting to just tilt the chin up. Feel a lot of tension on this side. I don't have any range. Ooh, yeah, it feels like guitar strings. I'm not going for as deep as they can go. You don't want to overstress those tissues. Using your breath and using small massaging type movements, we're slowly going to get those muscles to open up. So especially with a lot of body work, sometimes people go really hard, especially with foam rolling too. I want you to think about trying to ease in and start off softer and then, sorry. And then as you go on, you can add some more pressure intensity. But like you see, on one side I have a lot more range, on the other one not so much, but I'm not pushing overly into that side to make it match. So on this side, ooh, happy neck, happy shoulders. On this side, ooh, I kinda hate you. All right, now let's get some more neck movement. So I'm still reaching into the mat, pulling my shoulders down and back, and creating a nice proud chest. And from here, I'm just gonna do some oscillating movements, creating a little infinity signs with my chin. You just go side to side. So we tuned in into our diaphragm a little bit. We're opening up some of the neck. Now let's open up some of that arm line. So there's a lot of connective tissue known as fascia going all the way, even from your fingertips, through your wrists, elbows, shoulders, all the way up into your neck. Even some of it connects into your chest and shoulders. So I want you to think of all of this as being connected. It seems kind of nonsensical and obvious, but especially for a lot of us that feel pain in our wrist or we feel pain in our neck, we don't necessarily think that they're all could potentially be connected. I'm not saying that they are, but there's a huge chance that they are. So let's get into those arms. So with this one, I really, like I said in the beginning, I want you to try to create more tension. So if you create less slack in a system, we're able to feel more stimuli or get a better idea of how much tension we're holding. So I really want you to try to imagine that you're gripping onto a jar. And here we're just going to keep that tension in our hands. So as you can see, creating as much tension as I can. And now I'm going to irradiate tension and create more tension to the rest of my arms. So I'm going to extend my arms, really imagine that I'm reaching and grabbing onto these two imaginary little jars. All right, so from my jars, from here, I'm going to pull my shoulders down and back, create a nice proud chest. With all this tension that we're creating in our hands, I want you to internally rotate from the shoulders. Stay tall with your spine. And then notice the more tension you create, the more tension you feel. So create as much tension as you can with the fingers. Hold that internal rotation. Now we're going to come into external rotation. Remember, you're initiating this from your shoulders, from that scapula. So those little bones you got right here, I want you to think of that as initiating the movement. So I'm pulling my scap in first, and the rest of my body follows, or my arm follows. And then as I rotate it out, the rest follows. We need some more camera angles then. Ooh. I'm really just imagining that I'm screwing two jars, open and shut. If you got long arms, you might have to get a little taller here. Cracking and popping. Ooh. Love that. Ooh. Let's get into some wrist waves. I haven't figured out how to reverse these. I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me. Okay. All right, and next one that we're gonna do, this is one of my personal favorites. If you haven't seen me doing these already, you gotta try them out and add them all the time. So especially just during class, if I'm doing a lot of workout, if I'm working out a lot and feeling tension in the shoulders, it's a super easy movement you can essentially do just about anywhere. Over one hand, trying to get a release through the shoulders. You even feel it up into the neck. Ooh, so much tension. Starting to get a little bit of a sweat on. All right, and for our last movement of the day, we're gonna start just how we did with that first neck stretch. Only thing different is that we're gonna see how deep we can get into this side. So using my hands a little bit as guidance and support, I'm gonna let the neck come on over, and I'm slowly just gonna start bending this arm and seeing how much tension I can release. And I'm not necessarily falling into it, I'm just imagining that my neck is pulling me down and I'm using this arm as my support system. And notice, I'm not letting myself cave over. I'm still trying to maintain that integrity, trying to maintain a long, proud chest and a long spine. So I'm still thinking, someone's still pulling me by my head. Especially on this side, I have so much tension in my chest too. you haven't yet, be sure to click the link below to check out my website at FrancheskaMartinez.com. I offer full mobility programs as well as free programs for you to see what my training is all about.